Well, Trump's reported order of a drawdown in Afghanistan comes 17 years after US forces entered the country. In 2001, President George W. Bush launched a military campaign to topple the Taliban government following the September 11 attacks. Successive civilian governments have struggled to bring order, facing resistance from Taliban fighters. Almost 30,000 Afghan security forces have been killed since 2015. There's recently been a push to strike a deal to end the war. Earlier this week, the US Special Envoy for Afghanistan met Taliban representatives in the United Arab Emirates. Hassan Khan is a political and security analyst. He joins us from Islamabad. Hassan, we've seen these talks take place just days ago between US officials and the Taliban. What happens now to that process? And is this pullout being viewed as a strategic move or something more impulsive from President Trump?
Thank you very much. I think, as you mentioned, the three-day talks in the United Arab Emirates capital, Abu Dhabi, which was sponsored by Pakistan, there's a lot of, what we call it, attitudinal change among the major stakeholders, particularly the Taliban, the United States, and now Pakistan too is a very important, what we call it, a very important neighbors of Afghanistan, being engaged in the Afghan conflict for almost 4 decades now. So I think this now this change of position by the United States, that they agree to engage with the Taliban and peace talks directly, and also get engaged Pakistan and also the other 2 important countries like the Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. So it means that a lot of water have now flown under the bridge, and hopefully the peace in Afghanistan is definitely in sight now. It is not now, it is a matter of when and now. And I think what we are hearing in Islamabad and from Kabul is that almost most of the modalities has been formulated. The United States has agreed to give a timeline to the Taliban, and the Taliban agreed. If you read the last statement of Zabiullah Mujahid, the spokesperson of the Taliban, there he mentioned that getting engaged with the United States post the peace agreement. So it shows that the Taliban have also somehow made the position that they are not against the United States or the United States activity in Afghanistan. Definitely they will need the international powers in the reconstructions of that country. So I think the very crucial meeting that will be held on January 15 in the Saudi Arab capital Riyadh, there I think most of the things will be finalized. But the final, which is still disturbing, is the non-involvement of the Afghan government in the peace process. So I think definitely Pakistan's United Arab Emirates and the Taliban, the Saudi Arab, they are now trying to get the Taliban convinced to get engaged with the Afghan government also, because the talks will be only successful if the Afghan are there and they agreed on a certain formula. So I hope it's going to happen soon. Definitely what the timeline given by...
Hassan, sorry, I do want to ask you, I understand there is a timeline with regards to these talks, but with regards to this troop withdrawal, we've heard that now potentially just 1,500 US soldiers will remain in Afghanistan, and Afghan troops are already losing ground to the Taliban. Do you think that Afghan troops are ready to shoulder the additional responsibility that Trump's potential withdrawal or his decision to withdraw US troops could have?
I'm sorry, if you make it a bit clear?
With regards to the withdrawal, we're going to have very few US troops remaining in Afghanistan. Are Afghan troops ready to shoulder the responsibility?
I think once there is a peace agreement between the Taliban and all the warring faction in Afghanistan, so definitely now the major problems in Afghanistan is fighting with the Taliban, and no doubt the other terrorist group like the ISIS or the TTP, etc., they are there, but they are not that much important. So once the security side is addressed, and the Taliban make peace with the other Afghan parties. So I think there will be a limited role definitely for the United States. United States has to be there because, you know, for the last 40 years, the U.S. was engaged in Afghanistan in one way or the other way, beginnings from the Soviet Union attack on Afghanistan in 1979. So you can't rule out, zero down the U.S. involvement in Afghanistan, but it will be worked out how can that limited role, because, you know, definitely U.S. need to be there here in the region. It is a very important superpowers like the China, emerging China, the Soviet, the Russia, then there is Iran, etc. So definitely U.S. will be here, but they will have no role in the Afghan affairs. They will definitely have a role in the reconstructions, building the economy, and I think assisting the regime, the political administration there. But I don't see any security role for the U.S. forces inside Afghanistan.
Hassan Khan speaking to us there live from Islamabad. Thank you, Hassan.